Perfect Fitness. Stay tuned for my video right here on Social Goals.
Before we started the show too, you're not having a good time. But if you're not having a good time, you're wasting your time. You say that every night.
Situationships, and you know, all things. Thank you so much.
Daddy Yum Yum, 265 gallons of pure milk chocolate. And you are watching the Social Goals.
Songwriter who's gained fans nationwide. She is also a NICU nurse in Louisiana and works with St. Jude's Research Hospital for the Love Music Stop Cancer campaign. She teamed up with Grammy-winning R&B artist Raheem DeVaughn for this special Valentine's Day performance. With Hold On Me, give it up for Mariah and Raheem DeVaughn.
When you're coming through, give me a few moments to connect to you. There's nothing in this world that I wouldn't do. To you my heart is true. I don't have too many things. I could just say, oh, running out of words, yeah. Energy on the low, my take is on me. Can you please come refill me? You know that love, gotta hold on. You give every ounce of energy to me. Whoa.
I would lay here long as I could, but it's never enough just to lay by your side. And every time you meet me up is bliss, from one kiss to another. And when it's me, I tell my world don't run dry. So you overflow with love, overflow with admiration. Oh, what a feeling, what a joy and sensation. You know that love, gotta hold on me. You giving me every ounce, baby, of all the love I need. Give every ounce, you know that love, gotta hold on me. You giving every ounce, baby, of all the love I need. Give every ounce,
I want you close, need you all the time. I crave
sitting in front of me, I like to introduce y'all to a woman who really don't need an introduction. But look, we go ahead and do this the way we're supposed to. I like to welcome Miss Mariah Hester. What's going on? How you doing today?
What's up, big bro? How you doing?
All right. Look, for those that are tuning in and watching, I've known this young lady for a while, and I was just kind of talking to her off camera. I was like, man, it's been surreal for me because I've seen you grow within the music industry. So, you know, I know you've been very busy and you are busy now. So, you know, the first thing I'll actually like to say is welcome home.
Thank you. Thank you.
And we were talking before you were walking up. How long have you actually been home? And before you got back home, how long were you gone?
Whew. So I have been on the road basically like half the month for the past 4 months. So 2 to 3 weeks at a time. I actually just got back home last night at 11 p.m.
Okay, and hold that thought on coming back last night at 11 p.m. because I know where you are.
Yes.
And I want to kind of talk about that and how you feel about this. You were nominated for Phenomenal Woman, Phenomenal Purpose, and you were an honoree.
Yes.
Rising Star Award. So how did that come about? And tell us a little bit about that.
Oh, well, Dr. Katrina Pullum, who is actually MC Light's manager, she is in control of that particular group. And she wanted to highlight different women throughout the, United States and the community where she resides in Texas. She contacted me, and she's a soror as well, Zeta Phi Beta. Shout out. And she said, I've been seeing the things that you've been doing, and you've been doing it in a positive light, and I would like to give you your flowers. And I mean, I definitely don't do what I do for accolades. I do it because the Holy Spirit says to do it. And but stuff like that, moments like that, makes the journey worthwhile to be seen, not only as an artist, but seen as a person.
Okay, so look, sticking on that narrative for everyone, you're tuning in, you're listening on the radio. She just got back home. Okay? We ain't gonna tell her all the drama's been going on down south. You know what I'm saying? But I'm pretty sure she know about some of the things that actually been going on. So, all right, let's go back, okay, to your Founders Day, January 16th, 1920.
Yes.
I want to ask you about how did this come together with our sorors? Countdown to find you had Leela James and a cast of other people. How did this come together?
So I actually had this idea about 2 or 3 years ago. Okay. And I did not have the connects at the time. But I ended up getting very close with soror Lexi Allen. And I told her my idea. I said, I think I want to involve sorors that are honorary and are actual members of Zeta Phi Beta. And I feel like that would really encompass our principles of sisterly love, finer womanhood, as opposed to it just being one person. I think from different backgrounds and we all can sing, I think that it would really represent the sorority well. She took that idea, got me in contact with the sorors. Lexi, it was me, Lexi, Anita Wilson, Salina Johnson, Leela James, and they all willfully agreed. And we got together, performed the mix. Everybody gave me their mixes. I actually got my big brothers, Eddie and Berkiskis, to put it together with Quest Productions here in Shreveport, Louisiana, and sent it back to our basilisk, and she loved it. So it was a dream come true to be able to work with some, amazing, top charting, just well-rounded women.
So is this something that actually has opened the door to maybe actually doing it again in the future?
Definitely has opened a lot of doors and possible connections with Boule, which is our big, moment that we have for Zeta Phi Beta. We all come through, different states and sometimes throughout the world and get together for that moment. And I think that we'll be a part of that very soon.
Okay, awesome. Looking forward to it. Okay, so for those that are tuning in and watching now, I have a picture of you actually, in your Zeta Phi Beta, in like maybe a sweatshirt or a wind jacket.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so, want to keep this positive. And I want to touch on a situation that happened here in Louisiana. I think it's going on a couple of weeks now.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with the situation with the young man pledging at Southern University?
Definitely. I'm definitely familiar with that.
Okay. So how do you feel about that? When you heard about it, how did you kind of take that?
I was definitely devastated and more so disappointed because, the D9, this has taken a hit on us all, not just on Omega Psi Phi, but us as a conglomerate. every sorority and fraternity that's under the D9, we're founded on principles that's supposed to uplift and not supposed to tear down. And sometimes there are entities within a large scale organization that kind of lose their way. And unfortunately, this has happened. But I really pray that this is a wake up call to all of us, that we need to uphold our principles. We need to uphold who we are, and we need to stick together and not tear each other down.
Okay. So, like I said, I really appreciate your insight. And once again, I know you're just coming home, but look, we got to kind of do a little flashback because we got to let these people know where you've been for the past month. Well, it actually started in December, correct?
Yes.
The end of December, you actually started traveling. So, look, tell us about your experience. Good Day New York, Fox 5. How did that go?
Oh my goodness. It was definitely a dream. I feel like I was like almost in a trance. First of all, being in New York City, it's such a beautiful place. And then to walk into such a large scale studio as Fox 5, and Good Day New York is actually bigger than Good Morning America in terms of ratings. So it was a huge pinnacle moment for me. And being able to meet the different people, I got to meet a lot of the heads ups there, and to perform there a song that God gave me the ability to write here at home in Shreveport, Louisiana, and then sing it on a large scale stage such as New York City. I mean, it was a dream come true.
Okay, so we got to see you perform on the Kelly Clarkson show.
Yes.
Was that also in New York as well?
No, that was actually filmed in Washington, D.C.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So look, we go change to this next picture. You're on the Portia show.
Yes.
Now, where was this located?
So that was in Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay. How was it? See, once again, I told y'all she had to be everywhere. So how was that experience?
That was actually my first daytime television show interview. And it's actually syndicated in 8 markets, as well as Atlanta, Georgia. And I mean, Portia is such a bubbly, beautiful soul. And to be able to kind of connect with her and connect with her team in that moment was something that was amazing to me.
Awesome. Okay, so we know you went through the media here in Shreveport. You're on
Yes.
KTBS.
Yes.
You were actually on, was it Fox News as well?
Yep, and KTAL.
KTAL?
Yes.
Wow. Look, I'm not sure of one of the locations, but I wanted to ask you in the DMV. Oh, this was in Maryland. And I don't know the young lady. There's a picture of you and her. It says local DMV.
Yes, that was in Washington, D.C.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So look, I want to ask you a question.
Okay.
And I know it's near and dear to you, being a neonatal nurse.
Yes.
So there was a picture that I actually seen of you that we kind of discussed concerning the Celebration of Hope. So talk about St. Jude. Tell us about that.
Being in the background of neonatal nursing, and for those who don't know what neonatal nursing is, that is premature babies. So there's babies like 22, 23 weeks. I'm talking like 1 pound, 6 ounce babies, all the way to the chronic unstable or stable infants. And I knew that I wanted to partner with a entity that delivers hope to their patients. And I definitely believe that St. Jude lives by that moniker. They live and breathe it. And so I've actually been a part of St. Jude, their Love Music Stop Cancer campaign for the past 4 years now. And this was my first time actually going to see the campus and to be able to touch some of the patients there and to be able to combine my love for music and medicine in that moment was beautiful. I think God is so amazing with how he interconnects and weaves things and how he thinks about the person and he thinks about me. And so to be able to just be there and love on people's babies and have that moment was amazing. But really the celebration of hope is to give light on what it is. We're celebrating hope that we will find a cure. We're celebrating hope that no one will have to die again from cancer.
Okay. So, we kind of talked about that. Look, I wanted to ask you a question. I got in your DM. I'm sitting there asking questions. I'm like, man, okay, you traveling all these different locations, Sarah.
Yes.
How was the experiences with you dealing with different cultures and actually the food? Yeah. So you traveling all these different places. So how was the food and how were the people?
I'm definitely a lover of food. and a lover of people. So it was just like very easy for me to just be able to just like pop into these cities and kind of dive into the culture or dive into what they love. But I mean, like when we went to Chicago, like the deep dish feasts, and I actually got in contact with a chapter there, a Zeta chapter there, and got to meet them and hug them and love on them. I feel like wherever I go, I'm never lost. Like I'm always in contact with extended family is what I say.
Right.
And so also in Washington, D.C., we tried different immigrant foods. We tried there was a West African gumbo stew that we tried. So like we really tried to dive deep and do different things that, that we're not usually accustomed to or haven't tried just to be in the moment. And I loved it.
Okay. So is there any particular food that you want to try again, or it kind of stuck with you?
Honestly, that West African gumbo was hidden, and it's not like the gumbo that like we're accustomed to, like where there's like a roux, like it's on like a bed of like rice and salad, and then you have like the food and the toppings on top, and there's like it's more like a dry stew kind of, like it's not like what we're accustomed to, like a soup base.
Right.
But it was really good. I enjoyed it.
Okay, so did you actually have the opportunity to tell those who hadn't been to Shreveport or been down south, like the experience or about the food?
Of course, like I've told like friends and family, but like of course, like this is the first time that I'm like actually diving deep and talking about like the different cultures that I experienced and the food that I consumed that I love. But I loved it, yeah.
Okay, so when did you sleep?
Honestly, there has been a lot of sleepless nights, but when you do what you love, it's worthwhile. So sleep is okay. I'll get it here and there. I'll get it on a flight, and I keep it moving.
Okay. So did you picture this world and where you are now? Did you picture this? How did you picture it?
I knew that God called me to music, and that God called me into the ministry of song. I did not know how he was going to do it, and I didn't know when, but I always held on to the promise that it was going to come. And to see how God has literally carried me and catapulted me into this new arena, in this new space, I have to take out the time now to thank him, because he's blessed me so much and he's done so much for me that I don't deserve. I mean, there's so many people out here with gifts. There's so many people out here that can sing, that can dance, that can write. And God saw fit to give me the opportunity to be able to showcase my brand to the nations. So I didn't know when it was going to happen. I knew it was going to happen, but the way that God has done it, it's all him.
You better say that. You better say that. Okay, look, I know you're a very busy person, so I'm not going to keep you very much longer. So for those that are inquiring, would you like to talk about some of the music that you got coming, maybe some surprises? Some of this? I mean, I want the scoop. I want to get it first. I don't care if we got to get you back.
Look, bro, I got you. Okay. Actually, I have an EP that's coming out this summer. Okay. And it's going to have not only Raheem Devon on it, but it's going to have Eric Roberson on it. And Ruben Studdard is going to be on it. Oh, wow. Yes, the Velvet Teddy Bear is going to be on there. And when I got the call that like it was going to happen, I was floored. Because I remember being a child at my grandmother's house, like rooting for him on American Idol. So like all of this is like such a full circle moment for me. And we're actually, Raheem and I are working on Hold On Me Act 2. And it's going to be coming soon. But it's basically like how we got to the point where we were with the original Hold On Me. Okay. So the storyline behind it.
Okay, so, it seems like a love story. Yes. Those that may not have seen the music, it's a love story. And it put me in the mind of Notebook. That's what I kind of thought about. And it was another, I think it was another one that kind of came out. I don't want to say if I'm wrong, like maybe the black version. It was another movie, and I'm sorry if y'all can't remember off the top, but it reminded me of the Notebook as well. So this is what I thought about when I seen that video. So do we know how many chapters is going to actually be in this story?
There's actually going to be multiple chapters to this. This is turning into, basically, it's going to be a cinematic piece. Oh, wow. And it's going to dive deeper and deeper and deeper into the story. Like, really, Hold On Me, what y'all have been hearing now, is it only scratches the surface. And the storyline is amazing. It's really going to be like, it's going to put you in the mindset of like when Michael Jackson used to do how his music videos were, and it was like a cinematic piece of art. You could literally look at it and it's like a movie to you. That's how Hold on Me is going to be. It's going to turn into a franchise.
Okay. So, before I get you out of here, I told you I keep coming up with these questions, but I actually got to see some interviews that you actually had when you were traveling in a way. Who are your musical influences? Again, I've heard them, but I actually want to hear them for myself.
Yes, of course. I have many musical influences. But to dive down into 3, I would definitely have to say Mahalia Jackson. I would have to say Layla Hathaway, and Jasmine Sullivan.
Okay. Do we aspire to maybe collaborate with these people?
I would love to collaborate with Layla and Jasmine. Mighty God. Let me go ahead and speak it into existence. It's going to happen when God sees fit. But yes, I would love that.
And is there anyone else in the music industry you wouldn't mind working with? Any rappers or any hip hop artists? Could you see yourself collaborating with someone in those particular?
I would love to collaborate with like SZA.
Okay.
I love her voice and how she delivers music. It's very, I would say it's haunting, but it has like a effect on you when you listen to it. I would definitely love to work with SZA, but I'm really open. If the opportunity presents itself and God says yes, then I'm ready for it.
All right. So for people who may not know, how can we get a hold of your music? For people who prospectively want to interview you or maybe get you to come into the radio station, what's your preferred method of contact for them?
So definitely you can reach my manager, Sonia D. Hester, and that is at 318-572-9623. Or you can email her at Sonia_Hester@att.net.
And for this single, Hold On Me, how can we get this music?
Oh my goodness, it is available everywhere. So if you have Google, Deezer, Tidal, Apple Music, YouTube Music, it is available on all digital platforms.
All right. Look, like I said, man, we've been connected for a while. I really appreciate you giving me this time.
Of course.
Shreveport. Look, y'all, we have to continue to get behind this young lady. You see nothing but progress. Like those bars, she on a whole nother level.
Wow.
Once again, I really do appreciate you. And the image that I'm showing now, it's a very powerful picture of yourself and Raheem Divine. It's very powerful, and it seems like it wants to tell more. And I really appreciate all of it.
Wow. Thank you so much.
Man, my sorrow, I love you. And
I love you too.
We go keep you safe. We go do that.
Yes, sir.
And thank you for coming on the show, man. We about to get up out of here.
Thank you for having me.
We go, hi.